Hello boys and girls, welcome to LewDix Aviation, welcome to the cockpit of 170 Alpha Tango. We're sat here at Orlando Executive Airport, about to take off and go on a flight to a nearby airport. Got to take this aircraft over there to do some things. And you're coming along for the ride! This is a 360 video. This cockpit is completely interactive. You can press the screen and you can touch stuff and move. I'm just kidding. Great joke. Wonderful. Great start to the thing. Don't click off it. Seriously, this is going to get better. But yeah, we're in 360, so you can use if you're watching on a phone, you can move the phone around and look around the cockpit. You can see me. Hello. And yeah, you can kind of look around and come on the flight with me, and you can see my procedures, see what I'm doing. I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing, and you can kind of see how I fly an aeroplane. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. So first thing I want to do is get the weather information.
Orlando Executive Airport, information Papa, 1253 Zulu, wind 060 at 3, visibility 10 miles, sky clear below 12,000, temperature 28, 2.25, altimeter 3011, ILS approach in use, landing and departing runway 7, clearance delivery available on frequency 121.4, use caution for bird and wildlife activity.
Alright, that's all I need. I've got information Papa, 060 at 3 knots. There's no excuse today. Skies are clear, 28 degrees, pretty hot in here, it's like a sauna. And 3011, that is done. That's the engine start, pre-taxi, seatbelts are up, flaps are up, avionics are on, ATC is obtained, altimeter is set, transponder, we're on, taxi light, brakes, test, and then instrument check. I'm using an awful checklist today. This is not a LewDix Aviation checklist. I really don't like these particular checklists. You're probably familiar with them. My checklists are much better. I've just not made one for the Cessna 172 Golf, so I'm stuck with this pile of dog dirt. Yeah, get better checklist, LewDixAviation.com. But here we go. We're going to do a brake test. Clear, clear, clear. And good brake test. Let's roll.
Executive ground, Cirrus 142 Delta with information Papa. Departure to the west with information Papa. Run up required, and we're at short of the runway at Gulf.
Number 142 Delta, exec ground, taxi via Gulf to the Gulf run up area. Advise from rep is complete.
Taxi to Gulf run up via Gulf. Cirrus 142 Delta.
Executive ground, 62770, holding at Alpha 5, ready, taxi back to Atlantic.
Number 62770, exec ground, taxi parking via Alpha Bravo.
Let's do this.
Yeah,
so,
Bravo, 770,
where we're at the moment, this is still considered part of the ramp. This is a non-movement area. So, ATC,
good morning, that's our 20
the ground controller doesn't have control of us here.
West, and we have information Papa, and we are Atlantic ready taxi, no run-up required.
Just 492 Delta Papa, exec ground. Do you want a right downwind departure at or below 800 or a left downwind departure to the southwest?
Control should actually be the idiot, although it's only
we can do
3 knots.
the right departure at below 900, 492 Delta Papa.
492 Delta Papa to be at or below 800 for the right downwind departure, is that okay?
Yeah, battle below 800, November 492 Delta Papa.
492 Delta Papa, and you said you're at Atlantic?
Affirmative, 492 Delta Papa.
492 Delta Papa, exec ground, runway 7 Alpha 7, taxi via Echo Alpha, cross runway 13 Alpha.
Right, so runway 7 Alpha 7, Echo Alpha, cross runway 13, 492 Delta Papa.
Executive ground, sky at 170 Alpha Tango, Romeo 1, information Papa, northwest departure.
492 Delta Papa, just certified cross runway 13 at taxiway Alpha.
Oh dear!
Cross runway 13 at Alpha 492 Delta Papa.
Lecture 583 is clear, going to Atlantic.
Lecture 583, exec ground, taxi to Atlantic via Alpha Echo.
It's just a sweat box.
Going to Atlantic 583.
Number 170 Alpha Tango, exec ground, say again.
We're at Romeo 1, information Papa, northwest departure, 170 Alpha Tango.
Alpha Tango, you need to run up.
Negative.
Alpha Tango, runway 7 Alpha 7, taxi via Golf Alpha.
Runway 7 Alpha 7 via Golf Alpha, 170 Alpha Tango.
Cool. Alright, Golf Alpha. Knowing this airport, I know it's Golf here, and then Alpha's there, and then runway 7 Alpha 7. Pretty easy taxi from this particular position. I do recommend taxiing with an airport diagram out. But yeah, here we go. It is so hot in here, it's like such a greenhouse. You could grow exotic plants in this plane and they'd be absolutely fine, they'd thrive. Whew. Crazy. Alright, here we go. Get a bit of that so I can get rid of some of the sun. 0603. 06
ground,
moving,
computer
looking
63670, Alpha 6 to shelter.
Commuter 63670, exact
Alright,
ground.
little departure briefing on the takeoff roll. If anything happens, going to slow down, tell the tower, get off the runway if we can. If not, we'll stay there, deal with the situation. If we take off and runway ahead, with runway ahead, we'll use that runway ahead, or 30 degrees left or right. Above 1,000 feet is the only time that we're going to attempt to power off 180. Best glide speed is 80, VY is 80, yeah, good. Okay, let's switch over to tower. We're over on tower, let's do pre-takeoff checklist. Pre-takeoff, flaps set, mixture full rich, cowpeat is off. Heat's off.
Diamond 362 Papa Sierra is 10
Yeah,
miles to the east.
squawking altitude, landing strokes.
Diamond 362 Papa Sierra,
Doors.
join left down, runway 7.
Let's do it.
Join left diamond for 117, 362 Papa Sierra.
Any of my departures at Alpha 7, did I miss your call?
Negative, just going to call you now, 170 Alpha Tango, holding short, 7 Alpha 7, ready for departure.
Excellent, okay. I saw you guys down there, I was thinking I missed you. 170 Alpha Tango, left turn, northwest approved. Runway 7 Alpha 7, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 7 Alpha 7, northwest approved, 170 Alpha Tango, thanks.
It is so hot in here, my god. Summer in Florida finally is clear. Runway 7 is confirmed with the big runway 7 painted on the ground. Centre line 77, heading compass, heels to the floor. Here we go, full power. Let's do it. Power is set. Everything is green, looking good. My airspeed is alive. I want to be rotating around 60 miles an hour. This aircraft is in miles an hour. There's 60. We're going to rotate. Welcome to the sky. Going to accelerate to 80 miles an hour. As I say, this aircraft is in miles an hour, which I do not agree with, but this is a 1966 Cessna 172. They didn't know better in 1966.
From 1297 Foxtrot, Zach Tower, east approved, runway 7 Alpha 7, clear for takeoff. And the traffic was not departure on their northwest.
Turn back, just make sure we're following the centre line track of the runway, which we are. We got 81 miles an hour, 82 miles an hour, 500 feet. We've been cleared on course.
Tower, good morning.
600 feet. Alright, I'm going to make the turn now, clear left.
Ready for departure.
Alright, stand by.
And this is it, we're doing it.
492 Delta Papa, before I depart you, just quick info. We've been getting reports of all these clouds broken around 900 feet. I could be wrong, but it looks like it would affect you on the right downwind. Do you just want to do left downwind?
If that's the case, we can definitely do left downwind for 492 Delta Papa.
492 Delta Papa, left downwind, departure approved, runway 7 Alpha 7, clear for takeoff.
Okay, so runway 7 clear for takeoff at Alpha 7, left down, departure approved, 492 Delta Papa.
Alright, here we go, coming through 1,000 feet. Let's do a nice climb checklist. Airspeed's where we want it, power is full. Mixture is still rich, instruments, yep, taxi and landing light off. Nope.
Diamond 362 Papa Sierra, do me a favor, fly northbound and square your entry for the left down runway 7.
Not gonna do that.
Fly northbound and square that entry for the left downwind for runway 7, 362 Papa Sierra.
Alright, 1,200 just for the clouds ahead. I don't really want to...
170 Tango, frequency change approval, talk to you later.
Frequency change approved, see you soon, 170 Tango.
Alright, nose down, gonna let it accelerate a little bit, then gonna pull the power back. Setting the power before I trim, and now I'm gonna trim the aircraft for the power setting.
1297 Foxtrot,
And that is it now. Got some clouds ahead that gonna have to deal with. I'm gonna have to stay low below these clouds until I'm clear of them and when I can climb. Because here's the thing that I'm thinking now, and this is where decision making comes into play. I have a Bravo airspace layer above us at the moment
got a diamond northeast of the field. I'm
that I can't climb into, so it's not like I can climb above these clouds comfortably at the moment. Usually, with students and when I'm coming out of Orlando Executive to remain below that Bravo airspace, I'm usually around 1300, which is where we are now. 1400 until you clear the airspace, so we're good to do that, we're okay to do that at the moment. I would say, per my judgment, that those clouds are at least 500 feet above us. Those over there are not, they seem lower.
Eastbound, climbing 2,500, performing slow flight. 30.
But these are some of the things you got to think about as a pilot, you know. You can't just, you know, look at the cloud and say, okay, I got to climb. Well, you got airspace to contend with. You know, you got a decision to make, but we're looking good at the moment. Alright. Now we're clear of the area, I'm going to get the landing light off. I'm also going to lean the mixture just a little bit. Density altitude is high today, it's very hot, so it's a high density altitude. Let me know in the comments what that does to my performance. All the PPL students. Alright, tell you what, I'm going to go over this way a little bit because I can see a gap in the cloud there where I can keep my cloud clearance. But here we are, we're cruising it, we're cruised out. I'll do a cruise checklist for now. Power, mixture, instruments. Mine's a little bit more detailed than that, but mixture, looking good, instruments are looking fine, power is set, we're looking okay. So right now we're underneath a 2,000 foot Bravo airspace shelf. If I was to climb to be able to get the distance from these clouds that I need, I'd have to probably go above 2,000 feet if I was to climb above them here, which I'm not going to do. Again, you know, I can't. That's a decision I'm making as a pilot. It's easier when you know the area, when you know where the obstacles are. You know, I'm flying in and out of here every day, and that's not to say that you get overly, you know, too comfortable and think, you know, get that macho attitude. That's not what it's about, but knowing the area, I'm comfortable flying 1,300 feet. We do it every day to stay away from the Bravo airspace. Usually, this point here, this lake ahead of us, this is called Bear Lake. This is when we're doing cross countries, this, and we're going northwest. This is a good reference point to use, because when you pass Bear Lake, you're going underneath a 4,000 foot Bravo airspace shelf, which is going to make it a heck of a lot easier for us to climb. Let's see if we can get above these little clouds here. But we're fine, we're maintaining our distances, we are looking good. Everything's set, looking fine. Now here's the thing, you can do everything right on the flight, and then when it comes to the landing, if you mess that up, that's how you're going to be remembered. So it could all go down the toilet. But I'm going to try and make it a nice smooth landing. This aircraft, like I always say that Cessnas float. They are better in harbours than they are at airports. And this one is no exception. It really likes to float. So we're going to see how well I can do. Alright, another consideration that I'm thinking about here is 1,300 feet at this point. If I'm heading in this same direction, I'm going to overfly an airport at this altitude, and I don't want to do that. There's going to be people in that traffic pattern, and you know, only being 300 feet above them is not a good idea. Actually, it would be 200 feet because the ground level is not exactly at sea level. So, alright, I got plenty of space ahead of me. I'm going to go mixture rich, and we're going to start the climb. We're underneath the 4,000 foot shelf, so here we go. Now I'm not going to climb at VY here. I'm going to climb a little bit faster than that. That's for better engine cooling. No point making this engine work harder than it already is in this Florida heat. Make a left turn here as we've got plenty of space here. Now there are clouds ahead. My airport, I've got my my airport in sight ahead of us. It is underneath that cloud layer, so we're going to have to drop it below that cloud layer as we're getting closer. Hopefully this is entertaining. Never done like a full flight like this, but kind of talking you through my thought process. Hopefully this is entertaining and hopefully a little bit helpful for some people. We're on the practice area frequency, monitoring what's going on.
Lake Popka traffic, Sky 170 for Tango. We're on about 3 miles off the northeast shore, Lake Popka, heading northwestbound. Climbing, leveling off at 2,000 feet, Lake Popka.
2,000 feet, lower the nose, pull the power back, and then see if you need to retrim. I take my hands off, the nose goes down ever so slightly, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of nose up, doesn't take much, go hands off. Now it's going the other way, and I can see here I've got a little climber in, so I'm going to push down to stop it from rising, and bing bang boom, there we go. So that's that column there. I'm going to pull it over this way just a touch, just a smidge. We are well above the airport that I was talking to you about, which is just down here. So we're well clear, but we still want to maintain vigilance. We want to look out for traffic. I was just in the traffic pattern at the airport that we're going to now. On the flight before this with a student, and we were in the downwind, and we had an aircraft in the practice area coming straight towards us on a downwind, and it was not a good sign.
Alright,
so here we go. Let's go through the pre-descent pre-landing checklist. Actually, I'm going to change this to 122.8 before we do that. That's the frequency for the airport that I'm going to. Perfect. We are 6 miles from there. So descent mixture rich. It's already there. Yes, yes, yes. Fuel is on both. Carb heat is as required. ATIS, it doesn't have it, but we're going to land runway 9. Altimeter is set. Instruments are all set. Pre-landing brakes are off. Landing light on. Landing light is back on. And yeah, carb heat, fuel both. Yeah. Cool. I really don't like that flow of that checklist, it's not good. Alright, here we go.
All on the north traffic, Sky 170 for Tango, 5 miles to the southeast, inbound, right downwind, runway 09, all on the north.
Tango 7, number 2 Diego Papa, 2 miles straight in, runway 5. Yeah.
And I see an aircraft down there, so I'm going to be careful here with my descent. Very, very careful. Looking good. Looking good. They are away. Nice little descent. The clouds are not going to be a problem in this area.
Mankind 7, number 2 to
Thankfully.
Circling runway 23.5. Marion.
Alright. Here we go. Now I'm really going to let it descend because first of all that traffic is gone and I'm clearing the area from this airport here. Maintaining vigilance, looking around. Pre-landing checklist has been done. Just got to remember the carb heat in this. Oh yeah, we're going to be well below these clouds. Okay, cool, that's absolutely fine. Looking good, bringing it to traffic pattern altitude.
All on the north traffic, Sky 170 for Tango, we are now 2.5 southeast, entering the right downwind, runway 09, all on the north.
Get it down to 1,000 feet.
Orlando North, anybody in the traffic pattern at Orlando North?
All on the north traffic, Skyhawk 170 Alpha Tango, we're on a right downwind, runway 09, it's a full stop, all on the north.
Roger. County traffic, Skyhawk 79209, left downwind, runway. C-Ray coming out. I'm going to taxi over by the windsock so that you can get by me going by the FBO there.
Alright, roger, that sounds good, thanks.
Private airport. You've got all sorts of things going on. You've got a C-Ray that's going to be parked next to the windsock, which is absolutely fine. That is far enough away from us to not have a problem. So, okay, I'm actually going to drop it just a little bit more on downwind. I'd prefer a bit of traffic pattern altitude, but just to maintain the cloud clearances, we are absolutely fine. This is a class Golf airport below 700 feet, so cool. Alright, here we go. We're below the white arc, which in this is 100 miles an hour is VFE. 10 degrees flaps. So have a little roller trim down. My power setting is at 1700 RPM.
100.
So I'll drop that back a little bit more. Looking good, looking good. Got about 90 miles an hour, that's what I'm looking for. I'm downwind on a base, closer to 80. On final, closer 70, 65 or so. We're going to turn base now.
49307, just a heads up, you guys might have to do IFR back to Daytona, spilling up to the coast. All on and off traffic, Skyhawk 170 for Tango, right base, runway 09, all on and off.
Alright, here we go. 20 degrees of flaps coming in. On a base, slow it down, slow it down. Want to be closer to 80 on a base. Fly your speeds, you idiot. Now I'm on my speed, now we're turning final.
All on and off, Skyhawk 100 for Tango, turning final, runway 09, all on and off.
Here we go. Here we go. So, I've got my last 2 notches of flaps, because I'm going to use 40 degrees of flaps here. This aircraft loves floating, so there's 30 degrees, stabilise for a second. Got the aircraft at the end of the runway there. And flaps 40. Looks like there's a guy mowing the grass on the left side of the runway as well. Okay, so I've got 73 miles an hour at the moment. I'm going to pull the power out a little bit. Slow that speed down. Arrest the descent. There you go, looking good. Here we go.
Barry, switch to ground for a second.
There's 67, closer to 65, looking nice, bringing it in. Alright, in ground effect, eyes to the end of the runway, power is idle, and I'm just trying to stall this thing onto the ground. Get that stall warning going. There you go. Nice little touchdown. I'm not even using brakes. It's a 2,500 foot runway, 2,600 feet, but not using brakes. Flaps are coming up. Gotta be careful of this mower to the left. Carpet is coming off. Door is open. I'm gonna pull myself off. That sounds wrong, to the right side of the runway to watch this guy. And there we go, we're clear. Got the 2 Sea Rays on the left side waiting. Welcome to Orlando North, a place of wonder. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this 360 video. If you did, leave it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button. And I'll see you all next time.